I've heard you say in the lead up to this fight that you feel like this is such a bigger and more important fight to you than any of your previous title opportunities or even your title defenses. Can you explain why that is?
In general, it's the most important fight in my fighting career, in my life, and I'm very happy to be challenger and take back what belongs to me, the strawweight belt. It's been a while. I was the champ for 966 days, and it's been more than 580 days without me having a belt. We're having the third champ, so it means that I was the champ for a reason, and I'm the right person to be the challenger, the pretendant for the strawweight belt here in Vegas on Saturday.
Was there any point during that 900 plus days of being the champion where you maybe lost appreciation for that moment and how significant it was?
No. I was carrying myself as a champ, and I kept my focus all the time, and I was working so hard, and it's a fight game. Anything and everything can happen. So I would not look for special reasons.
Sure. And when we spoke to you yesterday, when we mentioned her comment about knocking you out, it seems like something just changed within you, like a different side of you came out.
Now the third round, she just makes me angry, more angry, and that's it.
She can't make up her mind though on what she wants.
I think she gonna overcome. This is how I say. She's overconfident. She hasn't faced someone like me. She's on this hype train.
Yeah, and what I was going to ask yesterday too is, she made that comment, but over the course of 5 rounds, you have so much more experience. You're a very amazing 5-round fighter. That's where you really thrive. Is that something you're interested to see and kind of pull out of her, see where she goes if she's going past the 3rd round for the first time in her career or anything like that?
Yeah. It's going to be a big test for her, and big fight for her, big lesson for her. And me, she's very strong and powerful athlete. I will have to be smart and very clever in this fight. But no, she's very dangerous. I will have to avoid her attacks, but keep my footwork, my distance, don't being lazy, and show who I am, outclass her, show who I am. I was decorated in Muay Thai, decorated in MMA. Need to show on Saturday who I really am.
And you keep mentioning how this has been such an amazing camp. It seems like you have the right people around you and everything. Can you pinpoint exactly why that is and maybe compare it to a time where, those things weren't as smooth?
You know what? Since I got to American Top Team, I've been working with Mikey Brown, Katel Kubis. My new addition is Mikey Roth, who is a boxing coach. I did a second camp with him, and it's been amazing. Phil Darrow, who is my strength conditioning coach. We're helping each other at ATT, and we put on hell of a work. And I'm always very disciplined and focused, but this time priorities. I set the priorities, and I follow the priorities first, and there was nothing between. There was not shortcuts. I never do that, but yeah, definitely, I saw that every single person was very focused in this camp, focused on making me better in every single aspect and being 100% ready for this fight.
Yeah, and to get that belt back and just to have that status as champion and everything, how do you think you're going to look at it or appreciate it maybe differently than the previous times?
I will appreciate this so much. I'm very grateful for the people I have, and very thankful to all of them. And this victory on Saturday, this belt will taste much better than all of my victories. It's going to cement my legacy. Very strong.
You speak so highly of all these people around you. Is part of wanting to get that belt is to kind of, reward them for the work they put into you?
Yes. I will dedicate this victory for my God, for my family, my country, my team, my coaches, for the ATT nation, and for the people who believe in me, and for people who need motivation. I want to show to them that doesn't matter how much it takes, doesn't matter how hard and from how high you fell. It's important to pick your gloves and go for it, and fight for your life, for your dreams, and make it happen, It's not only about willing to put on work, it's on putting on actual work.
Is that something you think about a lot, like not only accomplishing the goals for yourself, but to be motivation and inspiration for other people?
Yes. I get shy when people say that I motivate them, or they look up to me. That's an honor, That's an honor, and I look up them, and every single person in life, good or bad, is a motivation. It's a new addition to your life because we're learning from everybody,
Do you think there was a point where, I mean, maybe you weren't ready for that? You weren't ready to be in the spotlight and like have all these people look up to you because you're just trying to live your life, you're just trying to be yourself, and then suddenly you get all these people admiring you and wanting to be like you, and maybe you're not prepared for it.
I always love that, and I love the audience. There is no sport without fans, and I always love that, And since my first sparring, like big sparring, since my first fight, I was super excited to see people, They give me energy, they give me strength, and I love doing this. I was part of UFC 193, the biggest UFC even in the history, in Melbourne, Australia. Almost 56,000 people at the Etihad Stadium. So no, I love it, man, and I was always ready, and I know how to manage my time, how to manage everything, and yeah.
And last question, we spoke yesterday, and you said your plan is to go in there and make her.
I was born to do big things in my life, and I'm going this direction, and I will go till the end of my life.
For sure. How do you win this fight? You said yesterday you're going to make her quit, you're going to make her beg to stop. What does that look like in the actual cage?
Just be smart, be clever, and outclass her. And I see that she's overconfident, she's overcoming, and she's getting like cocky and arrogant, but she doesn't even want to look in my eyes. I will like do my best to make her quit and beg me to stop. But I know she's very dangerous. Anything and everything can happen. Knockout, submission. But I'm ready to take this war. I'm ready to go through the war. That's it.
She's just a few feet away from us. You kind of keep looking. Is this the first time you've seen her in person?
Yes, of course.
What do you think?
She's overcome, She's acting like she's confident, She's overconfident, but in her eyes I can see that she's a little girl, She's not ready, It's too much for her. She doesn't know how to carry herself as a champ, and I will prove that.
Looking forward to it, Joanna. Thank you for the time.
Appreciate you.